Morning, guys. It's been a while since I did any updates on the cabin or anything really. Just been working a lot of overtime, and it's been hot. This is the coolest day we've had, and I don't know, probably 3 weeks. It's been in the 90s. It's been hot. Not too bad at night, but it's been so hot I just haven't had time to come out here, or even really the drive to come out here and work. It's just been so hot. Um, and with my work schedule, it's just like impossible to get out here. But what we have some trees that we got to cut down. We've had 3 or 4 trees come down in the. We've had a couple big storms, and we've had 2 or 3 of those big trees come down. I'm not going to mess with those till the fall, but I have 5 or 6 trees that need to come down. A couple of them are pretty big, like this big guy right here behind me. This guy, it looks healthy as can be, but it's leaning towards the cabin, so that needs to come down. I also have another big one right here. This guy right here needs to come down as well. Uh, that big guy right there. So, and then that one, and then I got a couple over here that need to come down. One there, and then that big one right there. They're all leaning towards the cabin. But these big ones, I'm not going to get cut down. I'm going to have to get my brother out here to help me get some lines and some cables on them, so, or maybe the tree winch, so we can pull that over, get it cut, so it falls in the right direction. So, but I'll give you a quick update on the cabin. I've done a little bit of work on it. It's going to probably look like a lot of work, but it's not. It's, half hour here or there. And, like I said, I haven't been out here in a while, and it has probably been a good month or two since I put a update on the channel. So we'll give you a run through on the cabin real quick, and then we're going to cut some trees down. So we'll go on in the cabin. Every time I come in here, I want to flip the light switch, but that ain't happening. But I did get it wired pretty much. I put in a 60 amp panel over here in the corner. It's a mess in here. I've just been accumulating junk and pieces of wood and everything, but I did run a 60 amp panel. I have a 1.5 inch line coming down just outside of the floor system. It's about 6 inches above ground. I'll show you that outside for eventually if I do run electric from the barn to get out here. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. If I'm going to run power off my panel in the barn. I have a 200 amp panel that I installed in the barn, so I don't know if I'm going to run power from there all the way out here. It's probably about 300 feet. I'd bury it, put it in pipe, or if I'm going to try my hand in some solar. I wouldn't need much, probably just 2 or 3 panels, mount those up on the roof, and probably just 2 batteries, because the only thing I'm going to have is up here where this collar tie is at. I'm just going to have a box up here for a ceiling fan and light, and then I decided to go with a propane heater that's going to mount to the wall over here, and so the only thing that's going to run is a fan if I do, when I decide to do power. And then I have receptacles wired in. I have a receptacle down here, a dual gang, another dual gang receptacle there, which will be for the heater, and then another one here, and then I put one over here in that corner. And I got all that wired up. Here's the light switch. I'm going to have the inside one right here for the ceiling fan and light on the ceiling, and then one next to that, which I already have wired, that goes up to a junction and outside to a porch light. So I got that installed too. And then I ran a separate dedicated line from the 60 amp panel for a GFI outlet out here. So I wanted to get all that wired in as far as putting it in the walls before we insulate and decide what we're going to do on the walls. I don't know what we're going to do. Paneling, so some wood looking paneling, or I thought about, because wood is so expensive, that's another reason I haven't been doing a lot out here. I need about 16 2x4s to finish up the ceiling. I'm putting in these collar ties up here on each of these of my rafters. My rafters are around 4 foot center. So if I decide, I think I'm putting wood up here on the ceiling. At first I was going to leave it open, but I'm going to close that in and insulate it. So I decided to put collar ties, and then I have to add, here's another collar tie here. I have to add a 2x6, or even a 2x4 would be fine because it's not going to be anything structural. It's just going to hold the ceiling. I'm going to go in between these. So every 2 foot I'll have, well, every 4 foot I'll have the main rafters, and then in between that I'm thinking about just getting 2x4s, even though they're, I think they went back up to $12 a piece. Which is crazy, but eventually when the price comes down again, I'm going to run a 2x4 in between here on 2 foot centers coming down, and that'll give me something to nail to, and then I can run my insulation in here, my vapor barrier, not vapor barrier, but kind of like a vapor barrier. I have some left over right here that I put on the walls, and I'm actually going to take that. I have enough in that roll that I'm going to put in between these 2x6 my rafters, and those are going to come straight up here, nail to my my purlins all the way up to this one, and then that way when I insulate, the air can still get underneath that sheet metal and shoot underneath there. If you insulate all the way up to the sheet metal, there's no way for the air to keep your ceiling, or sorry, your roof, your steel, your sheets cool for air to circulate through there. So you're going to have moisture problems. So you got to have a gap in there, whatever you use, whether it's going to be your hard insulation like this. I thought about using that, but I'm not going to. I mean, you could take that, buy some 4x8 sheets, and put those up there and just screw them in there, which is actually a pretty good idea. But since I have the vapor barrier left over, I'm just going to run that in between here, and it'll give circulation from my eaves all the way up to my ridge cap up there. So yeah, we got all the wire installed to all the receptacles. Everything's wired, ready to go. I don't have any receptacles in here. This is ready to go. The only thing I have to do is I have to run wire from that switch up into the ceiling and install the box up here. And then once I get all these collar ties put in here and everything tied together, this 2x6 that's holding these walls together, that's coming out. So the ceiling's actually going to be a little bit of a cathedral that'll go all the way up to the collar ties and then down like that. So it's coming along pretty good. Got quite a bit done, just not much, with everything going on. So yeah, that's it. Update on the cabin. Everything else is the same. Haven't done anything. I need to stain my posts and stuff like that. But I'm going to have to get the electric finished, and then we could insulate and put that vapor barrier up on top of the ceiling. And then we could worry about what we're going to do with the walls, and then what I'm going to do with the floor as well. So that'll be a little bit. So you have to just keep watching and keep a lookout for a video for an update on the cabin, work done on the cabin. So, but right now we're going to cut down some trees. So let's go fire up the chainsaw. I've sharpened up that chain about 3 times already now, and it's getting to the point where it's getting hard to put a sharp edge on that chain. So we'll see. Hopefully it's sharp. I took the file to it, but yeah, let's start getting rid of some of these trees that are leaning over the cabin. Like I said, not the big ones. I'll get some video of that when I could get my brother out here on another cool day to get some cables and a winch on those things so we could pull them one way, so when we cut them they're not going to fall in the cabin or fall where we don't want them. So yeah, let's fire up the chainsaw and get some work done. Here we go. All right, we got those 2 trees down. Whew. It's still warm. It's cooler today, but it's still warm. So yeah, we got, oh, that big tree right there. It wasn't that big, but got that tree down. Got a pile of brush now, and I cut that half off of that tree. You saw it got hung up. I cut that tree. It got hung up in that V. So I was like, yeah, heck with it. I got to cut that one down anyway. So yeah, we got another pile of wood here. So that's ready to go. My plan is to get a wood shed built right here. I need to burn a bunch of this because a lot of it's just starting to rot. It's just been sitting here in the rain and over the winter and the snow and all that stuff. So I need to build a wood shed there. Nothing big, just a small wood shed with a roof on it, so I could get the stuff out of weather. But yeah, we got those 2 down, and you can see that this tree, I didn't even really notice, but since we got that half cut down, now you can really get a good eye at this one, how it's leaning to the south. And if you're standing like right in line with it, if it falls, it's gonna hit that side of the cabin. So this thing's got to come down too. We'll try and get a line on it, and maybe we could pull it to make it fall down right through here. Yeah, so anyway, we got that done. I got a couple other dead ones here. That one's dead, that one's dead. There's a lot of dead trees around here that need to come down. They're not leaning this way, so I'm not worried about having to cut them down, but got those out of the way. And there might be another one I'm gonna cut down today. I would like to cut that one, but it's gonna land across the trail, so I'm not gonna cut that one today. But yeah, maybe we'll cut another tree, and that'll be it for the video. So yeah, let's check it out. All right, so we got that tree cleaned up. It was just a branch that broke a long time ago, so I just sheared that off. So we got those trees cut down. I got a couple good piles of wood, branches and stuff, and that I got to get piled up over there and let it dry out so I can get it burnt. And that's about it. I'm going to call it quits for this video. I just wanted to give you a little update on the cabin, let you know I'm still out here, still alive. So next video will probably be the wood shed. I decided I was going to put it over there where those 2 stacks of wood are at, but I have 1, 2, 3, probably 3 more trees to get cut over there, and I have another spot that I could put it about 20 feet away from the cabin, and it's pretty clear over there. I have no trees that I got to take down over there, so I have the material to do that. So I'll probably, the next video that comes out will probably be on the wood shed, and then wait for the lumber prices to come down so we can get that ceiling done and finish out the interior work of that cabin and get the floor done. So yeah, that's about it. That's the end of this video. Stick with me. Thanks for watching. Like it, subscribe it, give me a thumbs up if you can, and that'll be it. So stick with me and we'll get some more work done. Thanks a lot.